closer in time.
The release of the 1931 movie Frankenstein. Amidst the dawning glow of the golden age of Hollywood, Universal Pictures found itself languishing over a year of heavy financial losses. Early the following year, Universal's release of Dracula was an immediate sensation. Young Carl Laemmle Jr., head of production at Universal, promptly pivoted production to sate the public's apparent demand for horror films. Universal purchased the film rights to a stage adaptation by John Balderston, which was in turn an adaptation of Peggy Webling's adaptation of Mary Shelley's original Frankenstein novel. Within only a few months, Universal casted and produced Frankenstein. Among the numerous adaptations and treatments of Mary Shelley's original novel, this movie, iconic for its atmospheric cinematography and the indelible portrayal of the monster by Boris Karloff, may be the most visible and embedded in popular culture. Filmed with stark visual contrast and lighting, the movie's style is marked by a blend of horror and drama while echoing the moral complexities of Shelley's original novel. Though in lieu of Shelley's contemplative Victor Frankenstein, the movie introduces the mad scientist trope into the Frankenstein legend and deviates from the book by simplifying the monster's eloquence into a more primitive creature, reflecting the era's movie-making approach which favored visual shock over narrative depth.
It's alive!
The release of the 1910 Frankenstein silent movie. This rendition of Frankenstein is significant as the first film adaptation of Shelley's novel, produced by Edison Studios, Edison as in Thomas Edison. Early silent film was viewed as a sort of reproducible extension of theater, albeit confined to two-dimensional monochrome media, short runtime, and lack of audio dialogue. Exaggerated gestures and expressions were common, as well as highly simplified plot and character development. Cauldron and smoke, rather than the later popularized lab equipment and glassware, are used in this movie to evoke mystique, either occult or scientific. The release of the movie Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Also starring as Victor Frankenstein, director Kenneth Branagh sought a cinematic incarnation more faithful to Shelley's novel in plot, thematic content, and the novel's focus on the consequences of hubris and the quest for knowledge. The movie's style is grandiose and dramatic, with lavish sets and intense performances. While the film was praised for its sumptuous production design and strong acting, particularly by Robert De Niro as the creature, it was also criticized for its punctuated, frenetic pacing and a tendency to prioritize visual spectacle over the novel's subtler psychological and ethical nuances. Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein. Characterized by richly Gothic elements and much in step with the Romantic period's fascination with emotion and matters of human authenticity, Mary Shelley's novel not only made an immediate literary impact but spawned numerous treatments, adaptations, ultimately propelling an entire franchise. In the summer of 1816, Mary Shelley, then Mary Godwin, traveled to Lake Geneva with Percy Shelley, her future husband, and her stepsister Claire Clairmont to meet with poet Lord Byron. They were later joined by Byron's physician, Dr. John Polidori. 1816 is known as the year without a summer, owed to a volcanic winter caused by the eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia the previous year. Confined indoors by incessant rain and cold, the group read ghost stories, and Byron proposed that they each write their own supernatural tale. This friendly competition birthed not only Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, but also Polidori's The Vampire, which is considered the progenitor of the romantic vampire genre. Mary Shelley was only 19 years old when she conceived Frankenstein and 20 when her novel was first published. Reflecting the education and depth of the young Shelley, the writing style is eloquent and florid, and the exposition complex with numerous subplots and stories within stories. Shelley's work is not only a cornerstone of English literature but also a prophetic discourse on the ethical dilemmas of science, resonating with readers and scholars alike for over 2 centuries. Her narrative still captivates, reminding us of the enduring power of storytelling to question, provoke, and illuminate the human condition. The movie Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is closer in time to the release of the Edison silent movie Frankenstein than the silent movie was to the first publication of Mary Shelley's novel by about 8 years. October 8th, 2045. Who knows what the future will hold, but we predict that by this date, we'll all finally be flying around in Jetsons-style cars, Pink's Hot Dogs in Los Angeles will become Pink's Hot Dogs and Spaceport, Closer in Time will have won multiple awards and will have spawned numerous spin-offs, including the primetime sensation Timelines of Famous Wizard Pie Fights. We're pretty sure that'll all happen. October 8th, 2045 will be closer in time to the 1931 Frankenstein movie release than the movie release was to the first publication of Mary Shelley's novel. By 1 day.